That's not the way I wanted it to work. That is not the way I wanted it to work. Bada boom. It's a little bit better. 10 o'clock a.m. April 24th. Office Hours, Episode 2. Welcome. A little bit of a change up here, a little bit of a switcheroo. Lots of things moving right now, lots of really cool things happening in regards to some of the stuff I'm finding out. So I figured it'd be awesome to kind of show that to you guys and get your reactions as this second episode of my office hours from 10 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock go for the second straight week. If you're watching this video at a later date, this whole channel or idea kind of was brought up as an answer to try and I guess maybe reach out to you guys, students, to talk a little bit about things that are going on, things that are happening. Hey Jake, how's it going? And really, I just, I'm excited to kind of keep myself learning, bring back some of these elements to classes that we teach over at Melvindale High, and just kind of take a little bit of a break from the constant drawl that is watching Frozen and Trolls and Captain Underpants. We are at the 63 views mark right now. I'm absolutely getting tired of it, but it is what it is. So good morning to you guys. I hope everything's well. I hope everything is going good for you guys. I'll kind of just give you a little bit of a checkup or update as to things going on over here. So I can't remember exactly what week this is, but we've only got one more week of April left, and this one was pretty much the same as the last few. Some of the things that we needed to have cleared up, at least from a job perspective, have kind of gotten cleared up a little bit, have gotten ironed out. We kicked out our first assignments at the start of this week, and I had a lot of them turned in early, which is awesome. I had an ability to go and communicate with you guys a little bit one-on-one through email, and that was cool too. I enjoy what we're doing here, but I also kind of get a little bit frustrated with myself because I hope that you guys aren't stressing over assignments and things like that. And if you are, you take the opportunity to kind of reach out and just say, hey, I don't understand what's going on. What can we do about this? And with that said, week 2 assignments are now available. You see that ticking across the screen there at the bottom for you guys to go check out. They're posted at our Google Classrooms that I opened up, and you can find a link for that on my website, Mr. Pappas Teach. Just fill out the form with the correct email address, and it'll spit back the access code to you guys, and then you have the ability to kind of check out what's going on from there. I'll kind of give you guys a brief rundown of the assignments. For my Intro to Art class and my drawing class, the very first thing we stepped into when we came back to school back in 2019 September was talking about drawing pencils. Not all pencils are technically created equally, I should say, and we had an assignment that really kind of it was in my hopes explored the different types of drawing pencils and gave you guys a little bit of a chance to gain a little bit of familiarity with them if you've never really done anything like that before. And this week's assignment revolves around, just kind of reviewing what drawing pencils do. Now, I did take into consideration that a lot of you guys at home might not necessarily have a collection of drawing pencils. I got a variety of different ones that I use here at home, and I understand that you guys probably don't have a walking art supply store, so that's okay. That's not a big deal. But basically what I'm looking for you guys to do is with whatever writing instrument that you have, be it a pencil or a pen or, colored pencils, whatever it is, I'd just like you guys to create 3 tonal drawings, 3, I guess you could call them shaded drawings, with different values to them. And what I mean by that is you're going to make 3 separate drawings, all the same object, but one of them is going to be a lighter version, one of them is going to be a darker version, and then one of them is going to be like a version that's in between. So I want to caution you guys, those of you that are enrolled in the Intro to Art and Drawing class, choose a subject that you're comfortable with. Choose something that doesn't have a ton of detail, something that you're going to stress out trying to make it look perfect. Remember, this assignment really is built off of making sure you guys understand what values are and how you can manipulate and change those values with the drawing pencils themselves. Now for my digital multimedia class, I, again, this is something that has been a little bit difficult for me to try and get to you guys, because you don't have the ability to really film and use the materials in school. But this week we're going to be talking about journalism ethics, and I'm not trying to introduce anything new to you guys, but this is a really interesting time right now with the climate and how things are going, and just different things. And there is a worksheet there that calls into question some, I guess, personal choices that you would need to make in different types of scenarios, putting out content that either has questionable answers or things that might not make a ton of sense. So basically, this second week that we're apart from each other, we really are going to call into the question journalism ethics, and what should be the right process in regards to publishing that type of stuff. Now, this was going to be a portion of the course where I wanted to show you guys, one second, I'm trying to bring it up on YouTube right now, a series of videos that actually were debuted last year, talking about the way that social media is manipulated. I'm going to switch over and share my screen real quick. If I can do that. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Nope, that's my drawing overhead. I'm going to do a little drawing today for you guys. Oh, here we are. Sorry. This is an awesome web series that I think every one of you guys should check out. The YouTube account is called Smarter Every Day. And last year, about a year ago, Destin, the creator of the site, did a 3-part series about how social media is being manipulated by trolls, by people that really are just kind of trying to dissuade you from understanding things or getting things. And the series was really good. It had a lot of interesting data and some really interesting points that were brought out. And I recommend you guys to go check that out. It's really something that I think once you get a chance to look at it, it'll kind of change your approach to how you take in social media feeds. And understand the information that's being put out there. So yeah, check that out. I'll try to put links down in the description once this broadcast is over for you guys to check out. But again, we'll switch back to that real quick. The account is Smarter Every Day, and the series is actually it's a 4-part. He released the 4th part, and the 4th episode was on Reddit. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Reddit. I don't know how many of you guys are interested in it, but it was really good. Just the way that some of the things are sort of manipulated. I don't want to bore you guys and watch this as a live broadcast or anything like that. But it's a really good episode that goes into just the way that a post can go viral and the different ways that it can be manipulated and cause us to think different things. So look for that post in the description. I'll link it. I think it's something that is really interesting and something that absolutely goes in line with the things that we're talking about here in our digital multimedia class. So those are the 2 assignments. That was a little bit long, maybe a little bit too long of a explanation, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys had an opportunity to check in and see how things are going. Excuse me, had to do a little coffee break right there. I'm not a good host. I thought this was going to go a little bit smoother, but I'm just not a good host. The week for us has gone pretty good. Last couple of nights have been a little rough with some interruptions in our sleeping schedule. Actually, my daughter woke us up at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So if it seems like I'm a little groggy or falling asleep, I didn't get a ton of it. I had a foot in the side of my back, or I was getting head butted. But other than that, we're doing all well. I hope you guys are doing well. Those of you guys viewing right now, and those of you guys watching this later on, I hope everything's good with your guys' families and things like that. I did have the ability. It was really cool last week to check in with a bunch of people playing Minecraft, and that was pretty cool. As many of you guys know, I'm not a huge gamer, but I'm always interested in learning. My son is getting to the age where he absolutely wants to, he's got questions about these things and he wants to get involved in stuff like that. So throughout the years, I've been asking you guys questions, getting feedback from you guys, hearing things that you have to say. And last week, one of the things that was brought up was this Minecraft world that everybody from our school is involved in, and I thought that was really cool. So I'll just kind of switch over to that for you guys. I mean, I'm sure if you guys are watching this, you probably already know about it, but I'm joining this realm that you guys created, which is kind of cool. There's a lot to this that I still am kind of struggling to figure out. Um, just kind of what's what and why would I be doing certain things, what the purpose or the point is. Um, but it is, I mean, it is relatively a fun game. I like I like hitting the birds, the livestock. I guess that's a little rude, but it's something that I enjoy doing. Um, I'm a little anxious because sometimes I feel as though I'm ruining the game for people. This world that is created by people from our school is just amazing. Um, when I do check in and I play on it, I'm finding new things all the time. And a couple times, oh no, a couple times I had I had jumped in with some of you guys that were playing, and it was a little alarming because I wanted to try and check things out, but I just didn't know where to start, where to stop, things to do. I am killing myself by jumping off of cliffs. Those of you guys that are going to watch this later on are probably going to be just altogether frustrated with me. But regardless, it has been pretty cool. It's taught me a lot about this game, about this platform, and it's given me an opportunity to explore it a little bit. My son, like I said earlier, is interested in it. Not really 100% sure about all the things that you need to do, and that's cool. There's a piggy. I'm gonna go. Can I ride the pig? I can hit the pig. I can hit the pig. Don't you get food from the livestock? I'm not sure. I think I need some food because I've already fallen a couple times, but it might take me forever to do anything. Let's see, what happens if I just, maybe if I hit the pig with a stick, right? Any of you guys, if you're tuning in and you guys are gamers and you know anything about Minecraft, help your teacher out. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm always attuned to advice here. I'd love to get some advice. Oh, there it is, I killed him. And I got some food. Why not? Let's just eat it. Can I eat it? It's raw. I probably can't eat raw food. I don't know. Anyways, this has been a really cool thing that I've been playing around with, and yeah, that's been awesome. What have you guys been up to? Those of you guys out there in TV land, I'd love to hear from you. Drop something in the comments. Love to check it out, see what you guys are up to and hanging out with. I am going to switch over right now since it looks like it's a fairly small amount of us. I'm going to switch over here to my other camera and explain some other work that I've been working on here. So I haven't been drawing as much as I would like to. Um, it's kind of been problematic. I've been finding having a hard time finding what's the word that I'm looking for? I guess motivation and I guess just energy to put stuff together. Towards the end of March, I was doing really good, and then all of a sudden we hit to what was it? Uh, the month of April, and a lot of the governor's orders came down. Sorry, and it's not a big deal or anything, but I haven't found as much time as I wanted to draw. So one of my comic book, I guess, not heroes, but someone that I not even aspire to try to be like, but just really enjoy his art style. Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, has been sort of putting out. I guess you could call them coloring sheets, but really it's just his pencil work. And you can download them, print them out, and then go over them and do inking. So to kind of keep my hands busy and do things, I've been playing around with this stuff. He has a very interesting drawing style. It's very geometric. And with that being said, there's a ton of contrast in his work, and it's really awesome to get involved in and play around with. Almost intimidating in some aspects because you look at this and you go, oh, this is a guy who's like his whole career is drawing comic books, and he's created some amazing characters and awesome stories, and I'm gonna ink over his stuff. It doesn't seem right, but it is also fun because there's really no wrong way to do this. You can't screw it up. You can't go wrong. So I've been working on some of his inking pages now for the last few, I guess, weeks, or I'm sorry, days. And I figured I might print one of these up and give it a go live with you guys. If you're interested in some of the tools that I use or some of the tools that are out there to do this, I can show you guys that. Of course, answer any of the questions that you guys might have, and then walk through something like this. I'm going to see. I don't know if this will work. We'll try it. Dare I do two feeds at once? I don't know. What the heck, right? We'll try it anyways. So do that. There we go. There's that. Get back here. Now see, this is the thing that I don't know really what the best course of action is. Do I go, and live broadcast through my site? Do I do it with my personal account? Do I do it with my teaching account? I don't know. My computer sounds like it's about to explode. This is crazy. There we go. All right, well, I'm pressing buttons here that I don't even know what I'm pressing. Let's just do it anyways. Who cares, right? Who cares? All right, so here we go. Okay, Jake, you've got the work. That's awesome. If you want to email it to me or send it in through through our Google Classroom, that's awesome. I will take it, and that goes the same to any of you guys out there. If any of you guys are interested in turning work in, submitting work, go straight through the Google Classroom. I get notifications on that all the time, and that's the easiest, best way to do this. So here we go. All right. So one thing that I want to make is a disclaimer here for anyone that's watching this like after the fact. This work is not my work. This work is not. It's not my pencil work. This is actually okay. Never mind. I have my drawing pens. I didn't think I had my stuff, so I'll break out the microns. I got introduced to a style of ink pen called a brush pen maybe a few years ago. I'm not really sure. And there's a lot of them, a lot of manufacturers that are out there that do this, that have them. I'm going to put something underneath here. I don't like drawing on that surface. And there we go. And I really like the feel of it. And I also like the feeling that I don't have to do a lot of prep or cleanup work uh, when using a brush pen. It works exactly the same as a paintbrush. Um, the feel's a little bit awkward and something that there's a bit of a learning curve that you got to get used to, mainly because you're painting with a brush tip or a brush nib, but the handle itself is a little bit thicker, and you know obviously as a pen, there's a different feeling to it. But yeah, these brush pens are pretty cool. So one of the things I like to do is go in and pretty much like block out any of the dark, shadowy areas. Um, and like I said, this exercise is really cool because there's really no rules to it. Um, there's no right or wrong way to go about adding these inked lines. Now, I might not be the best person to advocate upon inking. This is something that was taught to me a while ago, but I learned that inking was basically being able to make final decisions and pop out contrast to the work that's created. Being a huge fan of comics, there are people that are employed that their sole job is to go in and basically make the final decisions on the pencil lines that the artist comes up with, and then pop out the textures or the contrast a little bit more. And because ink is permanent, there's no going back. So it is a skill set, almost like a tattoo artist, in my opinion, where you kind of have to know what you're doing and have your chops kind of behind you, so that you don't screw anything up. I cannot imagine, and I'm sure it's happened out there, but an inker taking some pencil line work that someone has created, and then you know all of a sudden they screwed up because they made a bad decision or something like that. So I'm going to come in here, and like I said, I'm just going to kind of nail out some of the big blocky texture areas. Now this is something that Mignola's work is really, you know, if you, even if you don't know anything about comic books or you don't know anything about art, I think you'd be able to pick up on this. He's got a lot of contrast in areas where it's very light and vivid. My autofocus is having trouble when I shake my hand like that. And then he's got areas that are super dark and shadowy, and that's exactly what that contrast is meaning. So I like to go in first and just kind of block out, nail out some of the big areas. And because I'm working with a tool that's somewhat brush like, I love the feeling of sort of the organic line that I get. It doesn't feel very technical. It feels just like his drawing style, very organic. Now, that's not to say that I won't go to a more technical pen. Matter of fact, actually, let me finish this block in right here. I've got some more technical pens here. Uh, there we go. That kind of change up the look. So, for example, let me see. I need to make sure I can pick something that translates to video well. So these are micron, and this is a 0.3. I'm sorry, a 0.03 millimeter. So fairly small. I don't know if you guys can see here in the video. It's a very thin tip. We're back. Oh, we had some connectivity problems there. It looks like we're back now. I hope. I hope we're back. If those of you guys out there, give me a little wave or comment in the comment sections. We had an internet issue there. I'm sure you guys can relate. I probably just lost every one of my viewers doing this. Oh well. They're dedicated viewers. They will come back, right? I hope. Oh no. So I will kind of wrap up. Oh, I forgot I'm zoomed in here. I will try to wrap up the top portion of his head. I forgot that this broadcast, I have the overhead camera mirrored, so what is left is actually right on the screen, and what is right is actually left. But as you guys can see, just like line quality wise, it's two totally completely different effects. I mean, the brush pen allows me to really block in and make, have a lot of line variety, some of the colors here, whereas the technical pen is very specific. I mean, and they make a ton of different tips. Let's see if I can actually go a little bit thinner here. This is a 0.005. This is one of the smallest increments, and I don't even know if it's really showing up on the screen all that well. So hey, so Riley, you're here in the comments. As I'm inking this, I might as well just talk to you directly instead of going back and forth through the comments. So I've let the school, the office staff know, and they're aware that there are students, including yourself, Hannah, a couple other people from some other classes that had signed out devices, property. Um, you guys just need to get those devices in at your earliest convenience. They're expecting them. They have a There we go. All right, Riley. I'm sorry. We're having some technical internet problems here. anyways, get those devices checked in at the school as soon as you possibly can. That's the best thing that you can do. They're expecting them. Yeah, I was trying to stream to multiple platforms here. So I've obviously got this stream set up in YouTube land. I was trying to go through and do a social media stream as well, um, which obviously hogs bandwidth. And then downstairs, I can hear. There's some learning taking place downstairs. My son has his homework that he's got to do, and I'm sure they're probably streaming something through Netflix or YouTube right now too. So internet is being taxed in this household at an extreme rate, and unfortunately, those are things that are just out of my control. But my goal is to try to keep the stream, at least the presentation of the stream that's going as professional as possible, as best as I can, so that you guys can at least watch or do something. You might appreciate this actually, Riley. Um, I was talking about this earlier in the stream, but I got invited to the Minecraft realm, the group. I'm not exactly sure what the proper terminology for it is, and probably throwing this open right now, it's not gonna do wonders for our stream. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I am learning a ton of stuff in here. Um, not a huge not a huge Minecraft player, but like I said earlier, my son absolutely wants to get involved in it a little bit more, and it's one of those things that I don't know how to manipulate very well. So yeah, let's see. Joining realm. If any of you guys have any other, um, get that ticker out of there. Whose realm is it? I don't know. You're gonna have to help me out with it. I'm sure as soon as you see it, you'll be able to figure it out. Um, a couple of the viewers from last week's episode invited me in, and I've been popping in there, every once in a while. I just, as I'm learning more and more about the game, I'm finding out exactly how much I don't know, and I don't want to ruin it. So here we go. I don't know who's in here and who's not. Who's in here? I'll just send out a little message. It's dark. Probably should find some shelter. Not really sure. Should be pretty safe up there. I'm falling, climbing, running to the treehouse. Running. Oh, falling. Yeah, so the whole mining thing, is cool. I get that. To me, I think this is where I start to lose a little bit of patience, maybe with the game. I enjoy the fact that you have to kind of create as you go, but some things seem to take a little bit longer. Again, that's just my own personal feeling. It seems to be a pretty expansive place, which is cool. But then again, I don't really know much about things. So, if you guys got any other, advice, places to go look, I am open to everything. Oh, and there's my zombie friend. Take that. Take that. I'll punch you in the face or in the feet. The spider. Yes. And I died. So this is sort of the aggravating part to the game, is not being really good at it. I don't know what I should be doing. I don't know, I mean, I guess I know what I should be doing, but it just seems like waiting for that to happen is very, very tedious. Yeah. I'm aware of that stuff, and in this realm, that is created, it's there's crafting tables all over the place. I mean, here I'll switch over. I mean, right here, just alone in this little treehouse area, I mean, there's a ton of stuff for me to be able to go create. It's just, I guess because the game has been around so long, um, I'm not. I guess I'm completely naive as to what I need to craft, what I need to build, what I really should be, aiming to do. I've just kind of been using this sort of as a social network platform, actually, hanging out and trying not to bug people, but just still stay in communication with everybody as much as possible. This purple thing looks kind of cool, so I'm gonna kind of go through that. Oh, I didn't realize. There we go. I'm gonna go through this. It's probably bad. What's happening? This is a teleporter. Did I teleport? I did teleport somewhere. I teleported this portal. Brandon and Nick. Well, Brandon and Nick, thanks for having me teleport to your house, I guess. I don't... What's going on here? I feel very intimidated in here. There's something going on over there. Get out of there. The purple thing is very dangerous. Wait, that purple thing? That thing over there, is that dangerous? It doesn't look very safe. I don't know how to get back up there. Like, I get it. Here's my crafting table here. There's a whole... Oh, I'm going to sneak some swords here. I get what's going on. So can I just... I'm going to walk right through here, right? What's going on? Teleport. I'm teleporting back to it. Alright, this looks really nice. This looks comfortable. I think I've been here before, actually. Don't go into the portal. Why? What's so bad about the portal? I don't understand. What do you guys have against portals? Grab a little bit of pumpkin here, because you can't go wrong with pumpkins. Where's the door? There it is. How do I get in? How do I get in the door? What's going on? Oh, there's the portal. This is a very peaceful area. Ring the doorbell, please. Well, where's the doorbell? Oh, right there. Is that the doorbell? How do I ring it? I just hit it. I don't want to break it. See, I'm very anxious that I'm going to break things in here, and that's not what I want to do. I don't want to tear apart something that people work pretty hard to do. So I'm just going to kind of hang out here. Take my golden sword, walk around. You guys got any advice here? Other than don't go into the portal? Portal is bad. Anything? I don't even... Is there a way to even see if people are here? Oh, I can't imagine you guys that are here watching the stream enjoy so too much, you know, watching this, me staring at the iPad. So what things are up with you guys? What things are new with you guys? Anything? Everything? Nothing? Same as usual? Zeke sent me one of the best weekly updates ever. I think it's something that you guys, with his permission, maybe next week I'll broadcast that. Since the deadline, the due date, I guess you could call it, is technically today. I'm still accepting things and watching. But Zeke, your weekly update was awesome. It made all of us kind of laugh over here. My son loved it, and I think that's the way to go. You handled it awesome. It's one of those things I kind of miss about not being at school, is like allowing your guys' creative side to kind of get out a little bit. I'm bummed that we can't do more of that stuff. Riley, what types of games are you guys playing? Anything I would know? We've absolutely invested in the Switch. Thank you for the recommendation on the memory card. We went that route. I think 128. We have not looked back at least right now. What is a little bit harder is going out and buying the actual game. We've done a lot of downloads, so the memory card has come in very, very handy. But in regards to you know, the Switch, it's been pretty cool. Let's see here. Switch over. Let's get that. There we go. Get the ticker back up there, huh? Boom. Lose this. Move the coffee. Yeah, something is going to get spilled here. Something is going to get spilled. Yeah, that's awesome, Zeke. So I appreciate your feedback there, man. Yeah, I think it was really cool. And really, I mean, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say this. Whoa, a little bit blurry there. I don't know if I should say this or I shouldn't. And it doesn't matter. I don't care. One of the obstacles that I had with our digital multimedia class, both the advanced and our just the regular 1-2 class, was you know, the purpose of the class is to make content, to make digital content, but yet you also need to be in the class, learning the tools, the laptops, the cameras, the mics, the software to edit things, and that's not as easily signed out or resourced as like Chromebooks for getting on Google Drive. So when we were told that we had to come up with lessons that everyone could do. I was very anxious, and it left a very bad feeling because I wasn't sure how to make meaningful lessons for you guys that didn't come off as just boring fill out worksheets and things like that. So I had a curriculum with worksheets. Um, and I kind of repurposed those for people that didn't have internet connections and things like that. But I also wanted to come up and create sort of what's the word that I should say, um, an aspect to just being online, having a social. I'm sorry, having an online presence with video. So I'm glad that some people are taking me up on that. I wish I could explain more. Maybe I'll take this opportunity right now since we've got the last couple of minutes. So the goal for that option was really quite simple. I just wanted you guys to basically sit in front of a camera, kind of like I'm doing right now, and just give me sort of your rundown of the week. What new things are happening in your life, what old things are happening in your life. How are you dealing with everything that's happening right now? Like I said at the beginning of my broadcast, this week hasn't been any different than past weeks. It has been a struggle the last couple of days, mainly because I think the sun hasn't been out and we haven't been able to kind of get outside and do things. We've been locked and confined to our house, so we've struggled with some of those things. But I am finding a little bit more enjoyment, hanging out with the family. I'm sure that's a little bit different for you guys because being sort of the age that you guys are, the last thing you want to do is spend time with your family and stuff like that. But it has allowed me a little bit more, I guess, time to kind of reflect on things that are really important. So I am enjoying that. I'm not necessarily enjoying watching uh, Frozen 2 and Captain Underpants and Trolls on an extended loop non-stop. But, I guess it could be worse, right? Well, we have reached the 10-minute mark. Which chord? That's this chord. We have reached the 10-minute mark of this hour-long broadcast. I'm going to stay on here for another. I'm going to adjust this chord here. I'm going to stay on here for another couple of minutes. But if you guys have questions, if you guys just want to shout out or whatever, you're be more than welcome to do that. I'm going to try to work out a way to get in contact with you guys. Jake, let's see. You're trying to send some video from the work this week on Friday. I know it's turned in today. It won't let me turn it in. Uh, Turn it in. Let me send the video. So if you guys are making videos on your mobile devices, iPads or cameras or things like that. One of the things that you guys are going to have to be aware of is when you send the video in, it's got to be in a universal format that can be watched on anything. So, one of the things that might be a little bit difficult with jumping into that assignment is if you don't really know how your phone compresses, video information. For example, iPhones, they do it a specific way. I'm sure Samsungs or Sony's, do it their own way too. But there is a universal video format when you try to go and send and share video messages like that. It might work easier if you just, if you just email the video file instead of going straight through Google Classrooms. I think probably the most tedious part to doing sort of this distance learning thing is I have had to be on every device that I've gotten, every platform, my email, my Twitter accounts, my Instagram accounts. I've had to check these things religiously, and I can tell myself in my head, hey, only go there for what you need. But I end up getting lost and going down the rabbit holes and things like that of internet viewing. So if you can't email it, use the Google Classroom. If you can't use Google Classroom, try posting it and sending the link so that I can at least get it. I'll try to work with you guys as best as possible. Of course, there are other alternatives for certain classes too, so make sure you guys are aware of that. Yeah. Other than that, 9-minute mark here for episode 2. Um, I think next week, one of the things that I want to do, I've been a little anxious because I don't know how we're going to handle ordering for next year. But I'd love to reach out to you guys and hear from you guys about things that you would like to see ordered, material wise for the class, devices for the class, things that you feel might be a benefit to either our traditional fine arts classes or our more digitalized graphic design classes. I've got a collection of things on my wish list, and I don't know if that'll come true. I'm sure some things will have to get lost and some things might be added, but I'd like to hear from you guys, see if there's things out there that just kind of over the course of bumming around online are interested in. Like, for example, this guy right here, it's my goal to try and get a couple more of these. This is a DJI Osmo, and basically I think it technically goes down as being called a gimbal, but it's a camera stabilizer. I had purchased one of these and was told that we were going to get a couple more, and then they went on back order and they've never been delivered, so I don't exactly know where or what's going on with them. But this device is actually really cool. Let me take the tripod off real quick to kind of show you the way it's meant to be used. So one of the issues that we were running into was more and more people feel comfortable with their own mobile device rather than taking a DSLR camera around. That's what you see up here. It's just a little lip of the lens. And this guy is awesome because it stabilizes your camera and allows you to do some very basic photo maneuvering via the joystick. So everything is Bluetooth. Works through an app, but it also works independently just through the Bluetooth connection. So as you can see, the camera is held up here. Now the device is actually turned off, so it might not look all that fancy and all that cool, but it works on a handheld swivel kind of joystick right here. And I've got some controls right here. I'll power it up for you guys to let you see what happens. So powers it up, and it automatically adjusts and calibrates for me so that I can go in. Let me go in here and get over to the camera function so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm just working natively on the camera function right now, filming myself. And what's really cool about this is there's not a lot of, let me see, there we go. There's not a lot of disruption to the flow. Things are pretty natural. So depending on what you're trying to get, whether you're trying to stand still or you're moving up and down, the picture here stays relatively stable. And these things are really nice. Yeah, so the microphones, let me see if I can get the mic here. Can I get the mic in? So we'll turn it. Come on, there we go. Yeah, so I am right now, I was able to run back into the school and pick up, I can't get it down there to show you. There it is in the corner. I was able to get an exterior mic right here. Mics are one of the things that are on my wish list, both wireless mics and some more sort of podcasting mics like this, just for narrative portions in a video or something like that. We have two now. I was able to secure before this big long break. I was able to secure a second one. So maybe if I could find funding for a couple more. Yeah, this device is actually really nice, and I think that the thing with it is, I mean, from a price point standpoint, it's like 120, 130 bucks. So that might be like one of those things where you go, oh no, this is a lot. But this is one of those devices that it's got a fairly small footprint. So even if let's say you guys this summer wanted to go out and you were like, I don't know what I want to do. I want to purchase something. It's not super big. It comes with a tripod. I've actually set this up on my desk just to capture some some streaming stuff of me, drawing and stuff like that. But I don't really use this sort of as a tripod. I actually just use this as an extended selfie stick, and then I can hold it, around like this. And really, what I found that this thing works out great for is just capturing way better video when I'm out using my camera. I don't do a lot of social media postings on my personal life or anything like that. But in regards to videotaping demos or tutorials here when I don't have an elaborate setup, or even just like the other day when it was nice outside, my son and I, we went on a walk through a trail, and it was kind of cool because we could take this, and I didn't feel like I was carrying a huge backpack of stuff. And we captured some pretty decent videos. So yeah, I'll put this and some mics on the list. But I figured next week might be the best time to go in there and talk about that. Maybe next week too could be a gaming episode for those of you guys that are here, and maybe we could figure out a way to do some video interviewing and run that and stuff like that. But I'd be interested to get some of your guys' takes on video games that are you're playing video games that would be cool to introduce my son to, and just stuff for me to get back into it. So looking forward to next week. Reach out to me if you guys know of anybody that might be into it. Send them the link. It's a very awkward time here, guys, and I apologize because I don't have a lot of answers, and I don't really even know if you guys want answers. But I created this stream, this office hours TV show, this web show, as a way just to kind of communicate with you guys. So if it's one person, if it's 100 people, if it's nobody, it's just an opportunity for me to kind of keep my skills going on the digital end, get a little bit more stuff going that I didn't really know about, and hear from you guys. It is. I'll tell you this. I know, I get a lot of people say that, like, you talk too much. It's, you just talk and talk and talk and talk. I'll tell you this much. This is very hard to plan and talk, keep content fresh for a full hour. Hey, Jess, how's it going? Um, there's plenty of times when I've gone online and I've thought to myself, what did you just say? Oh my gosh, you should have been playing. Like, I do have a sheet here of talking points that I want to try to hit, but I know people kind of check in at different various times, and it's tough. It's tough keeping it going. So, yeah, we got a couple minutes here left. I'll lead it over to you guys. Yeah, Animal Crossing. We did download the mobile version on our tablets, and we played that. It's a really. I'll tell you about Animal Crossing again. It's kind of like Minecraft. I don't get the point, but there's something about it that is. I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm sort of on vacation and I don't have to worry about a lot of things. Maybe that's the whole point to the game, and I'm super naive to it. But Animal Crossings is absolutely on the list as something that we were going to throw out there. Boom, Zeke, there you go. Love the little icon there. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So, all right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I am going to sign off here. I wish you guys well. Stay safe. I know you guys are probably bored, and I apologize for that. There's not really much we can do, but just be on the look for the assignments. They're posted all on the Google websites. Google Classrooms. Check out my website, mrpapasteach.com. For updates as they come down. Of course, you guys watching this right now through my YouTube channel. That's awesome. You guys can always rewatch this and scroll through it. And I will see you guys next Friday. Stay well, guys. I miss you.